Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Here in Louisiana, we have a saying, we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And y'all, that could have a double meaning. In every bayou village and home we visited, we found one thing to be true. Although all of our dishes taste great, they're not all good for us. So my mission today is to take our time-honored recipes and make them a little healthier for us. I'm Chef John Folse. Welcome to Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart. All right. How y'all doing? Hello, hello. How are you? Hello. Oh, look at this gorgeous hat right here. Love that chapeau. Hey, y'all, how are you? Welcome, everybody, to my home kitchen. It's so nice to have you all here today. What a challenge I have to cook for some of the greatest cooks in Louisiana today, the people who live near or on Lake Desirement in the little town of Vacherie, Louisiana. It's wonderful to have you all here. And you're all here for one reason. This gorgeous lady, and I'll throw Tony in as well here, Florence and Tony Gravois from Vacherie, Louisiana, she submitted to me a recipe for one of the most famous desserts of Louisiana. Petit Gateaux, or Petit Gateaux, the little bitty cakes or cookies that we serve not only for Christmas, but also for Cajun weddings and holidays all year long. My challenge today to take her recipe, made with all those good things, y'all, and modify it slightly. So I went over to Florence's home. She opened up the kitchen for me and gave me a great lesson in making Petit Gateaux the old way. Why don't y'all join us and see what I learned that day? We had a great time, didn't we? Huh? When you visit folks in Louisiana during growing season, the first thing you do when you get down from your car is to go and see the garden. Visiting with the Gravois was no different, from bush beans to eggplants and sweet corn. And the tomatoes over there, they're full.
The first time plant over there is celebrity.
Ah, that's a good tomato.
That's a good tomato.
Yeah. Y'all, Mr. Gravois' garden was beautiful. I walked every row, but I couldn't find a blade of grass. You can live in this garden. It's so pretty.
No grass.
That's the way the old timers used to make a garden. You don't see a garden like this no more. And y'all, look at this beautiful crop of sweet corn. In the old days, corn was probably the most important crop. It fed the family, but more than that, it fed the livestock too. Mr. Gravois was full of great stories and great thoughts. To him, a pecan tree, a garden, and kids, that makes a backyard. And y'all, I know he's right. Now on to the kitchen with Miss Gravois in those fantastic Petit Gateaux. Now just about everybody who lived in South Louisiana made these little cookies.
Yes, for the holidays they all had them.
Did they make them any other time other than the holidays, or normally just for like the Christmas season?
We make it for children's parties.
Ah, yeah. A Petit Gateaux, or sugar cookie dough, is made simply with butter, sugar, baking powder, eggs, and flour. The secret is getting to the right consistency. Now these go into the oven, what, 350 degrees?
350 for about 12 to 15 minutes.
12 to 15 minutes, that's all. You don't want to overcook them.
No,
You just want to kind of keep them nice.
It would get them too hard if they were overcooked.
Now this is, look at this here. I guess I'm going to have to sample one.
You must.
I guess I'm going to have to, look how nice and thin they are too. Nice and
soft. You don't want, overcooked would get them hard.
Just like the Petit Gateaux I remember.
Yes, it brings back memories, doesn't it?
Well, the family gathered around the table for Petit Gateaux, coffee, and conversation about one of the mysteries of St. James Parish, the Mad Stone of Vacherie.
And this man was a stranger, was an Indian, I think. He gave him the stone to keep because he had been so fortunate that he healed him.
Right.
And he said it came from the stomach of a deer.
So the story is that his grandfather was sick or bitten or whatever, and an Indian came to the door and brought the stone and said that they could use it to take the venom from the snake bite out and actually saved his life, right? And then the Indian said that that the stone actually came from the stomach of a deer. Now I had heard it was that somewhere along the way the stomach of a white deer or just
They said a white deer, always they said white deer.
This isn't some urban legend or country folklore. The stone has been in the family since the early 1800s, saving the lives of numerous family members and even strangers. The stone is placed on the bite and sits there until the venom is drawn out. While in the area, I toured Lake de Zalima, the Lake of the Germans, where my ancestors settled back in the early 1700s. I even paid my respects to my grandparents at Our Lady of Peace Cemetery, visited the school that my dad attended in Vacherie, and even took a look at what was once my grandparents' home. There's nothing like going back to our roots to remember how close to home we always stay. Oh, I tell you, y'all, that was a fantastic trip. Wasn't that nice, huh? Y'all, not only did going to Vacherie did I get a great lesson in Petit Gateaux, but of course I went back in family history because my grandmother's from there. Yeah. In fact, Florence, I wanted to introduce a couple of people. Now I know you and Tony are here. By the way, y'all celebrating this year 68 years of marriage. 68 years of marriage. He was okay for 68 years. You think you can continue to go on with him?
I don't know about that.
Y'all, I should also introduce a couple of other people because Rex is my camera operator here, y'all, my main guy. Rex, I want you to take a look at this picture here because this wonderful couple had 3 sets of twins in the family, 3 sets of twins. You see the 2 little guys right here that were the last, the 2 girls here and the 2 girls here. And I have 2 of the twins. I have the twins, the first set of twins sitting right at the front counter here, Iris to the right here in that gorgeous blue, and Linda in the green, the first set of twins. Let's give them a hand right there. Now that's pretty rare to have 3 sets of twins in a family, right? That's very rare, especially back in those days, many, many, many years ago. I don't mean to say that y'all old. You know what I mean? Y'all are just beautiful. Y'all, a couple of other quick introductions here. In the room is 5, I think, of the daughters, or maybe more. Another set of twins right here. All the daughters, raise your hands and wave, huh? There you go. Another set of twins there, and then one of the younger daughters here. Y'all, my dad is in the room back there. Look at Roy Folse. He's sitting in the back of the room right there. All right. Yeah, we went to Daddy's school. We went to all of his places, too. It's really was a fun trip to Vacherie that day. And one more person at the front counter here, and this is my Aunt Totsy, my mother's youngest sister. Aunt Totsy, I want you to give me that book real fast. I need to get cooking here, y'all, but this is so important. This is so important. When I was 6 years old, Rex, look at that gorgeous child right in the front there. You see that gorgeous young man right there, huh? You see that beautiful face? That's me at 6 years old in Aunt Totsy's wedding. I tell you, I made the wedding party, I'm happy to say. Huh? Y'all, Rex, I'm sorry, I have to introduce 2 more people before I start cooking. Right here in the front, Sister Colleen and Marna from St. Michael's Special School in New Orleans. 2 wonderful people who do so much work with special children. And look at my sister. I forgot my sister back there. Look at that smile. My sister back there. Go ahead and wave. Go ahead and wave. Yeah, there you go, my sister. All right, y'all, the show is over. We can go home now, huh? Petit Gateaux, one of the most famous desserts in Louisiana. Now, you've been doing Petit Gateaux for how many years?
Oh, ever since I had my first child was about 7 years old.
So you've been doing it for like 180 years.
Now, every birthday they went to get ready and have a
Oh,
petit
yeah.
gâteau.
And now you could decorate the Petit Gateaux in any fashion with any color. But y'all, Rex, let me show you, first of all, some of the ingredients, and then I want to get out there and show you how I laid it up. I'm going to do mine in a food processor. Normally you do it in a mixer, but I have low-fat margarine right here, light margarine and sugar. Louisiana is the sugar state, and we really use a lot of sugar in our desserts as well. I'm going to use all kind of evaporated skim milk right here, evaporated skim milk, which is like cream, and then egg substitute. And I'm going to put all of that together in just a second. But let's come right over here and look at the dough here, because this is kind of a complicated dish. It's a very sweet dough, and I roll the dough out like this, y'all. Get it about a ½ inch thick. Some people put it about a ¼ inch thick, and get it really nice and thin. And then you, of course, cut the cookies. You bake them in an oven only for about 10 minutes. They're very tender like this, you can see. And then, Rex, I color them with all these beautiful pastel icings. And, of course, different times of year, you color them with different icings, red or green for Christmas. And we also have Mardi Gras. So let's get over here right now, y'all. In here, I have my... Now, you always do yours in a mixer or a hand mixer or what? What do you normally do it in?
A hand mixer.
A hand mixer, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mix my sugar here. Tony's getting up to make sure he likes what I'm doing here. I'm giving me his approval. That's what I like. Now, into this, y'all, now that the sugar and the light margarine is in here, now I'm going to add a couple of other key ingredients to this dish. First of all, egg substitute. Egg substitute, 99% egg white. 99% egg white, no fat, and, of course, a little yellow food coloring. It does the same thing egg yolks will do in a recipe. And now I'm going to blend that around and just blend that until it gets nice and... Michelle was trying to show me something, y'all, but she had it upside down over there. I got to... hey, Rex, hit Michelle over there. Get that cue card down. No, look at that. Yeah, hit Michelle over there. That's our cue card. See? Okay, y'all. Now, once all of this is in, now I got to put a little vanilla in here. Sister Colleen, I have to put a little vanilla in here. You know? I make my vanilla homemade, y'all. I use a bourbon or a brandy, a pint with 2 vanilla beans. You buy them at the store, split them in half, put them in here for about 6 months. The alcohol steeps the vanilla. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to put a tablespoon. And Tony, a tablespoon for you. Okay. And now Petit Gateaux, y'all normally have a little almond extract in them too. A little almond extract to give you that little almond flavor, just like a wedding cake. Wedding cakes have that beautiful almond flavor. And now I'm going to pulse this around for just a second to blend that. Now the tough part, we have to add to this the baking powder. I'm going to put the baking powder in like this. Get all that baking powder. That's going to make them nice and fluffy, Rex. And my little green bowl of flour. Now, see, look, I came from a poor family, Rex. You know, I can't have stainless steel. You know, I can't. Hey, a family rich in love, Rex. Huh? Yeah. But, huh? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, now I'm going to put my flour in here. Just like that, and I'm going to whisk this around electronically here. I'm going to whisk that, and the flour will start to mix pretty quickly in the egg. And Rex, if you look down in there, you can see how sugary that dough is. You see how sugary that is down in there, y'all? I'm going to add the rest of my flour, and this will be a pretty rich, sweet, very tender, super tender dough. And I tell you, it is a dough that's a little tough to work with, so you want to refrigerate it for a while. Now, once this is all mixed together, and I'll show you this, see how fast it comes together? If you look down in here, y'all, you can see how the dough is very light. See that? Now, if you don't refrigerate this, you'll never work this dough. And as I want to go back to that cutting board for a minute there, y'all, because this is done right here, and I'll move this out of the way. On the cutting board right here, you notice that once you refrigerate it, you can actually cut them out and then start to move them. This has been sitting on the counter for a little while, but you see how it starts to break with the heat? The butter starts to melt and the sugar starts to melt right away, and it's hard to work with. You have to roll them quickly after you cut them and put them on the sheet to bake them. Now, once they bake, they're only in the oven about 10 minutes, and Rex, I want to show you something very quickly here. You see all of these cookies right here? Look at the gorgeous colors here, the beautiful colors of those cookies. I make my icing just by taking confectioner's sugar, a little bit evaporated skim milk, and then, of course, I can put some flavorings in the icing as well. You notice the Mardi Gras colors here? This is purple, the bright green of Carnival here, and the gold, because this would be on the tables during Carnival season. You see the red and green? Well, we know that's Christmas, right? And then, of course, the pastel colors over here all year, or that we use all year long. Egg substitute, y'all, light margarine and skim milk makes this 70% fat-free, 100% less cholesterol in that particular dish right there. Let me have yours. Now, I know you made a good platter for me today, right? Rex, take a look at hers, right there. Just beautiful. See how nice they are? Just gorgeous. You see hers are a little bit thinner, and you see how her icing has all the pastel colors on it. Did you ice these yourself, or did Iris do them for you?
No, Linda did.
Linda did them. Oh, I'm sorry, Iris and Florence, huh? Linda had the job today. I'm going to give this to you right here. Let me show you that icing real fast, y'all. Rex, if you come right over here, I have a nice little bowl, and I have some confectioner's sugar in here. Now, you would put this into a pot, and I'm putting the evaporated skim milk. You would put this into a pot right here and put it on heat until the sugar starts to melt totally, and it'll thicken up just as that icing is on the cookies over there. But the confectioner's sugar and the evaporated skim milk and a little bit vanilla here, y'all, just a little touch of vanilla, makes this dish a real masterpiece. And again, one of the greatest and most flavorful dishes of all of Louisiana cooking. I should also mention, y'all, that you notice the sugar in this dish. Remember how much sugar we put in here, a cup and a half? There's 14 million diabetics in America. And we're constantly fighting diabetes, but I want you to all remember that I've learned through modifying recipes that just because people are diabetic, especially the type 2 diabetes, which is directly related to overweight, obesity, and those issues, just because people are diabetic doesn't mean they can't have a little Petit Gateaux every now and then. It's when you try to do too much or you over splurge and all of those kind of things. So the theme of the show today, y'all, just remember it, it's going to be how sweet is sweet enough. That's the most important thing you want to remember, because we're the sugar state, and we need to remember we can also cut back sugar in our dishes as well. Plus, you can bake with sugar-free items or less sugar items that are really good, like, and I don't want to use brand names, but I think you know what I'm talking about here. How sweet is sweet enough, y'all? Who wants a Petit Gateaux? Huh? Who wants one, huh? You want? I'm going to send you one on ice. You ready? Huh? Hey, throw me something, mister. Hey, there you go. Hey, there's a Petit Gateaux. Hey, right here on the twins table, huh? Hey, one more. Hey, there you go. Hey, who says throwing food can't be fun? Who want the icing? Nobody's going to get the icing, y'all. Okay, the next dish. Well, I'll tell you, that was a pretty. Now I'm going to crab meat, y'all. Oh, I tell you, the crab meat. But while this pot is heating up, y'all, I want to talk about the mad stone of Vacherie. I was the mad child of Vacherie. Huh? I was written up in papers far and wide. But anyway, Iris, let me see the mad stone right here. I'm going to just take it out of there. I want to show everybody. I know they got a close-up. Rex, let's get a good close-up. Now this, I said it's not an urban legend, but that's a fact, huh, Iris? I mean, this stone has been used for how many years?
Maybe 200, at least 100 years with my grandfather, Mr.
Right.
Ernest Gravois,
Right.
has possession of it. And when it was given to him, it was 3 inches long and about thick as a man's thumb.
Right, right.
However, through the years, it fell and it broke into 2 sections. Now it's more, 4 pieces. They're all effective, and they all stick to the wound. It's a porous stone.
Right, so it
and
sucks the venom out.
sucks the venom out. And it sticks there until there's no more poison on the wound.
That is really incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I think most people listening to that wouldn't believe it, but how do you think people lived for the last 3,000 years? They lived with medical facts like that that actually worked. So, yeah, they didn't have physicians, they didn't have doctors and all of that, absolutely.
And it's really the engine that brought this to the family.
Right.
And he gave it to them as an appreciation. They had taken care of him when he was ill. And then in appreciation, he gave him the stone.
Well, I tell you, that's a fantastic story. I've been hearing about the mad stone of Vacherie for generations, y'all, so now I get to see it in person. Rex, talking about the Mad Stone of Vacherie, you saw that beautiful picture of Lake des Allemands a minute ago. Well, these are crabs out of Lake des Allemands, catfish out of Lake des Allemands. Look at all these beautiful dishes, all these beautiful ingredients. I want to show everybody, this is a male crab. You see how the apron right here is elongated. This is a female crab right here. You see the wide apron. But I always tell people you can tell a female crab from a male crab just by looking at it from the top, because the female crab's fingernails are always painted red. Most people don't know that, but it's a fact. Yeah? They might not believe that, Rex. I'm going to show them right here. Look at that, Rex. Get a close-up of that, Rex, right there in front of Florence. See that? The female crab is always has her fingernails painted red right there. Huh? Who wants a crab? Huh? And Rex, look at this crab meat here. I'm doing crab meat au gratin, y'all, so I have beautiful jumbo lump crab meat. This is that gorgeous jumbo lump. The claw crab meat, the closer the bone, the sweeter the meat. And then, of course, y'all, the wonderful white crab meat from the inside of the crab. Rex, come on over here and let's cook this thing right here. I'll tell you, this is going to be a great dish. Crab meat au gratin, normally made with a lot of fat. Oh, talk about a lot of fat. I'm using light margarine here, y'all. Light margarine, because I want to remember my dishes still have to taste as good as the original. So I'm going to, light margarine is 50% water. They actually take margarine, put 50% water in it, high speed blend it, and of course the water is going to evaporate very quickly. So you want to throw your seasonings in right away. So I'm throwing in my onions, my celery. This is Lake des Allemands crab meat au gratin, y'all. Onions, celery. Look at those gorgeous bell peppers. I tell everyone that when you're modifying fat, you want to make sure you add things that are good for you. Pile on those beautiful yellow, orange, red bell peppers. Throw in the garlic. You saw how much garlic I threw in there? Because that's going to really be wonderful right here. And y'all, in this recipe, since I'm using evaporated skim milk and egg substitute, light margarine, and of course low-fat cheddar cheese, 70%, y'all, 70% less fat. Now, Rex, into this I'm going to throw some of my crab meat. See this? This is my claw meat. The nearer the bone, the sweeter the meat. I'm going to put it in there and sacrifice it because I need to add crab flavor here. Now I'm going to put in a little bit. I'm going to make my white roux, y'all. I'm going to put in a little white flour. And I'm making, in Louisiana, we normally make a brown roux, but I'm going to use my white roux, just enough flour to thicken this up nicely. And once this is thickened, remember this is to bake, so you don't have to cook all of this totally in the pot. So once the roux goes in, now I can add my evaporated skim milk. I love evaporated skim milk, low fat to no fat, and of course it's as thick as cream, so nobody would ever know that you don't have cream in the dish. So I'll kind of swirl that around a little bit, and it's going to thicken in that white roux right away. Now evaporated egg substitute. Remember that egg substitute, y'all? Right down in there again. And that's going to thicken beautifully and give it that nice egg look to it. Now, of course, I can put in my jumbo lump crab meat. Oh, Rex. Oh, Rex. I tell you, you have to mortgage your home for this one, huh? Right there. I'm going to put green onions in it, a little bit. Always use a little nutmeg in a white sauce, y'all, just a little bit. Oh, yeah, a little nutmeg. It's really great. And then, y'all, with that, I'm going to add a little pepper right into that like that. How much salt? A little salt substitute, just enough to kind of spice it up with the salt. And then when using salt substitute, put a little bit on top of the dish. Now, let's say that this is cooked for about 15 minutes or so. You don't need to cook it long. Take your little bowl, Rex, like this. Oh, gorgeous lump crab meat. Look at that. I'll fill it up. This is for Florence. Look at the crab meat in there. Oh, Rex, you see that? Oh, Rex, you see that, huh? Oh, I bet you do, Rex. Now, into this, a little salt substitute, a little low-fat cheese for Tony, right there. Oh, a little low-fat cheese. In the oven, y'all, 350 degrees. Rex, let's walk to the other side of the counter. You're going to see what it looks like. It looks gorgeous here in Aunt Totsy. I'm going to give you a bowl right here of it. Oh, well, you know, I love my Aunt Totsy. She made me a star. And I'm going to give one of these to Tony as well over there. Give one to Tony. And I think y'all have a spoon and a fork right over there. Y'all taste that right there. It's really good. Now, y'all, a couple of other quick dishes. Look right here, Rex, very quickly. My stuffed bell peppers. The stuffed bell peppers, of course, have lean beef and turkey in it. 20% less fat with a little tomato sauce. And look at these gorgeous meatballs. Every Cajun wedding had meatballs, y'all. I want to know one thing. Who says mama's cooking can't be healthy, huh? Nobody, right? Thank y'all. Hey, I'm going to feed everybody. I'm going to feed everybody here today. Hey, Tossie, you ready? Pass that back with a cracker on it right there. All right, y'all.
Louisiana. She's the exception and never the rule. She's a mystery that asks not to be solved, but simply to be experienced. Louisiana, where you can come as you are and leave different.
Whether you're planning a Louisiana convention, family reunion, or a southern vacation, the Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus connects you to information sources throughout the state. The Louisiana Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus. The Baton Rouge Area Convention and Visitors Bureau welcomes you and yours to Baton Rouge, Louisiana's state capital. From the old governor's mansion to fabulous dining and Zydeco dancing, Baton Rouge, authentic Louisiana at every turn.
Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, featuring Cajun-style chicken, red beans and rice, and buttermilk biscuits, all flavored by the memories and imaginations of Louisiana chefs. Popeyes Chicken and Biscuits, committed to preserving Louisiana's flavor heritage.
Something old and something new. Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart is available for $29.95. This companion book to the television series features over 150 recipes. To order, please send check or money order to the address shown on your screen. A Taste of Louisiana. Louisiana Cooking with a Change of Heart is available for $19.95. This VHS video contains one episode of Chef John Folse's new television series. Please send check or money order to the address on your screen and mention the show number with your order.